Skyzone.Society.
Yo, what's going on to all my sports peeps out there? You know what I mean? If you don't know the name, let me put y'all on game. It's the Zone Sports Podcast, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
On one half for your host, your boy Big V. If you can hear or see my guy, you know what I mean, on the YouTube, he's sitting right across from me on this Zoom platform. What's going on, my G?
What's up? It's your boy COOL, always wondering what the hell. It's your boy Corey, never telling the same old tired story. It's your boy Cool C, never dating the floozy at all. And for those in YouTube land and all the streaming lands, we got to sign up for y'all back. Corey is in the house. Big Vito, what's going on? What's up, my brother?
You know what I mean? Yo, man, I'm doing great. I can't complain. I won't complain. But before we kick things off, I got to let the people know who we sponsored by. We sponsored by my brand, Skyzone.Society. Make sure you shopping at Skyzone.Society.bigcartel.com. Head over there, get you one of these tees. You know what I mean? Hats over there, candles, sweats, all that, man. We got you covered, man. Oh, Corey.
Yeah.
Oh man, you know, I looked at the notes for today that I sent out to you, man, and
yeah,
I don't know if you know, but I purposely left off us covering the Michigan game. I did. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. And a lot of times with good people, Corey. I'm not. I purposely left off us discussing the Michigan versus TCU game. I purposely did, Corey. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I purposely don't want to depress our viewers and listeners by talking about the horrendous job that the Michigan Wolverines did against TCU. And Corey, I didn't want to hurt my heart even more.
Yeah, but just reliving it.
It pains
It's
me.
the pros and cons of this podcast. When your team loses, it's almost like they're losing twice.
Oh my God, Corey, I couldn't have said it better than myself, because we watch these games and then we gotta wait 3 and 4 days till we get together.
Yeah.
And then the hurt kind of be gone, and we gotta talk about it a little
bit
it
back.
More. Oh my God. Oh my God.
And I know it stinks, but real quick. Can you, as a Michigan fan, because I feel like this as a Duke fan and a Duke hater, let me correct that, in college basketball. It's kind of like when the Tar Heels get put out the tournament, it's like, dang, man, we lost, but now we need to make sure that Duke lost. And the way Ohio State lost, against Georgia, and Georgia's lucky, but be that as it may, that just got to make you feel a little bit a smidge like, hey, we didn't get there, but y'all didn't either. I got a coworker of mine. She's from Ohio, and she's burning Michigan T-shirts like on her stories, Facebook storyline. And this was clearly because Ohio State, doing their thing or whatever. And I don't think she saw the rest of the game. She looked at y'all game because y'all played TCU first.
Right.
And so she's up there with the energy. She got the match to a Michigan. First of all, she or whoever paid for a Michigan T-shirt just to burn. Whatever. Maybe it's a bet. Maybe she didn't buy it. Maybe her husband or whoever is a fan. I don't know. But she took Max to it and lit it up. And then I didn't see anything else on her timeline when Ohio State failed to make it to the CFP. So I thought that was funny.
Yeah, that is funny. Actually, that is funny, man. And I'm gonna be honest, bro. Like, I was in such pain, Corey.
Yeah. You're so close.
I'm gonna come in on this podcast and keep it 100 with y'all. I didn't even watch the Ohio State game.
No. You didn't?
I did not watch an ounce of it.
Corey, it was a hell of a game.
Corey, let me tell you, I saw the highlights, and I admit to you, it was a hell of a game. Do I regret not watching it? Not one bit. No, I was not in the spirits. I was not in the spirits, Corey, to watch anything else. I sat in my room, had the lights low for the rest of the evening. I sipped a little bit of whiskey and I played some video games. I didn't want to talk to anybody. I didn't want to tweet. I didn't want to do anything. No. So no, I was not coming on this podcast, Corey, and have it on the docket to talk about. No, I'm not doing it at all, man. But Real quick though, man. On the serious note, man, we got to give a major get well to DeMar Hamlin
Absolutely.
Of the Buffalo Bills. You know, this sports
Absolutely.
podcast would not be a sports podcast if we didn't do our due diligence, Corey. And
absolutely,
just wish him a major get well, and sending prayers out to him and his family.
Absolutely.
And us on the Zone Sports Podcast, man, we praying for the best for him.
No doubt. No doubt.
That's it, man, you know. But let's switch gears, man, and get into some NBA. You know what I mean? Corey, you know, last night, let me get some time to the people here. Right now, it is January 4th. This is a Wednesday. Ladies and gentlemen, on January 3rd, if you didn't see what happened, Donovan Mitchell of the Cleveland Cavaliers went for 71 of them things last night.
Yeah.
71 points. My peeps out there, my zones. Yeah. He went for 71 of them things, Corey. Yeah. 71. But Corey, here's the question though.
Yeah.
Are you impressed, Corey? Are you impressed by Donovan Mitchell's 71 points, Corey?
You know what? Let me preface it by saying, let me correct you a bit. This actually happened on Monday night.
Oh, pardon me.
When they played the Bulls, and just like you said with DeMar Hamlin, it was overshadowed by that. So I actually did not see that. But let me get back to your question here. Is it impressive? Hell yeah, it's impressive. Man, listen, man. If we're gonna go crazy over Wilt Chamberlain back in the day, pulling 100, if we're gonna go crazy over Kobe Bryant scoring 81 against Toronto, you got to go crazy over this. And the thing about it is that in all of these games, if I'm not mistaken, the person who had the quote unquote high score in their respective teams, from Wilt Chamberlain to Kobe Bryant to the Spider with Cleveland, all the teams won. And so that's number one of what matters. And I get it. It's more offensively driven now more than ever. But still, that is impressive. It's almost like the world stopped, if I'm not mistaken, last week when Luka went for like 60 or 61. And that's impressive. Man, I get it. And the thing is, Big V, they're not volume shots. It ain't like he's just chucking it up in the air and stuff like that. Like let me see if I can pull it up real quick. He went 22 from 34 in field goals. 22 out of 34. So this ain't like he scored crazy points and they lost and he went like 22 for 40 for like 58 or something like that. He was highly efficient. 7 for 15 from 3-point land. Dude, hell yeah, it's impressive. Of course it's impressive, because if it wasn't impressive, everybody would be doing it every day. And it's only taking special players like Donovan Mitchell, like Luka Doncic that's doing this. Even Jokic, I think he had like either 50 or 60, somewhere along there. So everybody's not doing it. Is it happening more frequently? You could say that you could see this at least about once or twice a season. But to me, that doesn't take from the fact that, 71 points, bro. Woo, that's impressive. That's impressive. And you still had other people who got their touches and got their points. Kevin Love, I keep forgetting he's still in the league. Kevin Love still got 12 points, right? Jared Allen, he still got 21. LeVert got 10. You know what I'm saying? Somebody named Osman off the bench, who I can't remember, he's got 19 points. So, dude, it's impressive. Is it impressive to you? You got to say yes. You got to say yes, Big V.
Before I respond,
yeah.
I want to read some stats. We like to bring in some stats, whatever we can,
Yeah.
I heard you, spouting off a few stats about the points, right?
Yeah.
I want to talk about the assist totals, okay?
Okay.
Kevin Love, 2 assists. Stevens, 2 assists. Allen, 2 assists. LeVert, 3 assists. Osman, 4 assists. Okoro, 1 assist. Nito, 2 assists. Corey, I bring up the assist to say this.
Good point. I already know you're ready to go.
This is impressive as hell. And you know why this is more impressive by me reading off those assist totals?
Yeah.
That lets me know that Corey, nobody was distributing him the ball. You know why? Because he was on a fucking tear the other night. Do you hear me?
Absolutely.
He was out to kill people the other night. He wasn't playing no games, Corey. He was saying, yo.
Yeah.
It was almost like he was coming up the court and saying, yo, watch out. No, don't worry about passing it back because I got it. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
But Corey, break up assist though, and this is the crazy part. He not only had 71 points, he had the highest assist total in the game on his team that night.
11.
Wow. He also had the highest assist. Corey, keep that in mind. They had 145 points. He had 71, which is damn near half the points. And he had the most assists on his team, Corey.
Yeah, that's insane. That's insane, man.
That is crazy, Corey.
Yeah.
I looked at these stats earlier before we came on, and I was mind blown because I didn't know that. I saw the highlights and stuff. I missed the actual game, and again, it was kind of overshadowed by what happened Monday night in the Bills
no
game.
doubt.
Because I know me and you were probably both locked in to see that game because it's supposed to have been major. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
I was watching that, and the Lakers game against Charlotte was on at the same time. So I was already watching two games already.
Right. So I found out, of course, late and see the highlights, and I'm like, yo, 71, this is insane. You know what I mean? Like, yo, but then I go through the stats and see he also led his team an assist. Man, that fam, like, yo, like, what are you gonna do with that? He was like you said, 7 out of 15 from the three. That's 50%. 49%, 50. That's 50%.
Yeah, I call it 50. Yep, you're exactly right. That's crazy.
Crazy, Corey. And also he had 8 boards. And oh, by the way, people, if you've been living under a rock, he's a point guard.
There you go. And you know, I'm still old school with the point guards, even though I know a lot of them don't do it anymore. That is your job to distribute the ball and to get players involved. And he did that, still scoring 71,000 damn points. That's insane. That's impressive.
Corey.
That's impressive. That's up. I'm sorry. That's up there with Wilt and Kobe Bryant. It is. I get it. Kobe scored 10 more. I should have pulled up the stats for his against Toronto, but you know, either way, we nitpicking.
And we got to shout out Devin Booker too. We got to give a big shout out to Devin Booker on what he's done with the 70 points too. He's been around. You know, he's done that too. He's special. You know what I mean? But this is impressive, Corey. This is impressive.
It is.
Corey, on this next topic, I need you to give me the floor, Corey.
Go for it.
I need you to give me the floor because this may not. I know you probably looked at this on the docket and didn't think that this was going to bother me. This is bothering me, Corey.
Okay.
This is bothering me, ladies and gentlemen of the Zone Sports Podcast. I think around March, Ja Morant is set to release his signature shoe through Nike.
Yeah.
And somewhere around here, I'll, you know, in the edits, I'll put a picture up so y'all can see the photo of his new shoe. And I know y'all thinking like, you know, V, why do you have some smoke with this? Like, what is the problem, right? Glad you asked. Cool. Everybody that knows me and pays attention to this podcast knows I'm a sneakerhead. Avid sneakerhead, love shoes. I always buy new sneakers more often than probably the average person. And, you know, I'm not an out there sneakerhead guy. I'm not spending, you know, thousands for the Yeezys and stuff like that. But I call myself a sneakerhead because I pride myself on the sneakers that I love and I get and I collect. I have a pair of the Kyrie Irvings. I don't know if you've ever seen any of the any Kyrie Irving that has been released.
I don't think I have. Okay.
I'll probably put in the edit and put a picture up there for the people that can see and who so they can get a clear picture of my soliloquy of what I'm getting ready to say. Kyrie Irving, nice shoe, nice signature shoe. And Corey, we're from the era where when you got with Nike, as a basketball player, your shoe was almost like a gold standard in the league, right? You will be watching the NBA games, and you can see Chris Webber with the new Chris Webbers. You can see Rodman with the Rodmans on. You can see I never forget the playoffs where Pippen wore the one that had air on the side. We all lost our minds. You know what I mean? Jason Kidd when he had his, the Kevin Garnett's, they were all major signature shoes and had their own branded style. And in my opinion, that was unique to the player. Like you look at a pair of Jason Kidds that he had the zooms with the elbow, you like, man, I could, that's kind of kid style. You look at the Rodmans, he was the first to do the backwards check on them. I could see that kind of fit Rodman, you know what I mean? Okay, you know what I mean? Pippen had just dunked over Ewing. Oh man, one of the greatest dunks ever. You know what I mean? He come out, fam, come on, come on, bro. He come out, you know what I mean? Not that same year, but when he bought the joint that had the air on the side, it suited Pippen. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
The list, Gary Payton with the zipper part on the gloves. We lost our mind. It suited Payton, so to speak. You know what I mean? Corey, I saw the new Ja Morant sneaker.
Yeah, the day one, right?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll make sure I'm looking at the right one. Okay.
Can you tell me why does the new Ja Morant sneaker resemble the latest Kyrie Irving sneaker?
That I didn't know. That I didn't know. That I actually did. I didn't know it resembled the Kyrie. Because like I said, I haven't seen the Kyries or whatnot.
Well, while I don't give my soliloquy, you can pull up the latest Kyries and you can do your comparison. So it'll match right what I'm saying. You know what I mean?
Okay.
This is bothering me, Corey. And I know people are gonna be like, it's not your shoe, don't let it bother you. You don't know anything, you're not behind the scenes. Cool, I get all that. But this is my platform and I can say what the hell I want to say. Corey, this is bothering me.
Oh no.
Anybody who's been under a rock, let me bring some light to y'all. Yeah, right? I know, right? And I'm gonna tell you why it's significant to me, right? Anybody who's been on the rock, let me bring some light to y'all. Kyrie Irving no longer has to deal with Nike. Right?
Yeah.
Ja Morant is a budding, bright superstar in the NBA. His shoes should not look anything remotely like Kyrie Irving's. Corey, it looked like a Kyrie Irving Ja Morant collab sneaker, and I'm so lost on that. Ja Morant is a superstar.
Exactly what you're talking about. I got it as soon as I saw it.
It's like a hand-me-down. It's like a hand-me-down Kyrie. You know what I mean? That's a slap in the face to Ja Morant for me. Nike, y'all gotta get y'all.
Okay, I'm with you now.
Come on, follow me now. That's a slap in the face.
I got that within 5 seconds of just pulling up Kyrie Irving shoes versus Ja Morant day ones.
Corey, it's a slap in the face in my opinion, to Ja Morant. And again, I don't know shit. I'm not behind the scenes with Nike. I don't know how these things work, but I'm going to speak from a consumer standpoint and somebody who's paying attention. Nike dropped Kyrie, or they parted ways or whatever. Here we go. A month or two later, we got the Ja Morants coming out. And again, maybe these things are done ahead of time. I don't know. I don't understand it though, Corey.
Ooh.
Why does this look like a hand-me-down Kyrie? This is Ja Morant, for Christ's sake. He's supposed to have a signature shoe. To me, this doesn't ring a signature. This speaks Kyrie. This don't look like nothing but a Kyrie sneaker. And to me, if these gonna be the Ja Morants, like make them the Ja Morants, like y'all made them the gloves, like y'all made the Jason Kidds, like y'all made the Garnetts, like your fam. Like this is Ja Morant. This ain't some guy coming off the bench. You know what I mean? This ain't even a six man, so to speak. And there's no knock on six man. You know what I mean? But I'm not trying to be funny, but Lou Williams never got a sneaker.
Yeah.
Great basketball player. Tremendous six man of the year. He'll cook you right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
But this is he wasn't Ja Morant. This is Ja Morant, yo. This is the guy who be dunking on people like it's nobody's business right now. A point guard, might I add. Y'all give him a hand-me-down Kyrie looking sneaker after y'all just dropped Kyrie. So now guess what? This is, in my opinion, because I can't be the only person in America that sees it. I just can't. I just can't. So now, in my opinion, it takes the focus off Ja Morant's signature shoe. Because let me tell you what I did. I saw his shoe, Corey. I didn't go. I went, I got a cop him. My second thought was, hold on. Do I got a pair of those already in my closet? I go in my closet and pull out my Kyries. I'm like, yo, why the hell is my Kyries looking like the Ja Morants? And I'm like, yo, this is insane. I don't get it. To me, I'm pretty sure Ja signed off on him and he's happy with him. He's wearing them. He's wearing them while he's balling. He has to be happy. But in my opinion, Nike could have did him way better. You know what I mean? Way. This is Ja Morant. Like, these are the Jazz, bro. The Jazz. You know what I mean? This ain't no jump mans. No offense. Yeah. You know what I mean? These ain't the Air Jordan 48s or whatever. These are Jazz. They got to put some respect on them Jazz, not give him a hand-me-down sneaker, man. Like, what are your thoughts now that I brought this to the table?
My thoughts now, it all makes sense. Right? Like, again, I pulled up the Jazz just for prep for this here. I'm like, okay, it's nice shoes. I'm thinking we're just about to talk about how dope the shoe is or whatever. And then you gave me time to pull up Kyrie Irving. And I just did a simple, generic, basic Google search of Kyrie Irving shoes and just clicked on the imaging tab. And I'm like, okay, wait, I already see one day. Oh my God. Then it's like, I see another one. It's like, I'm already looking at like 3 or 4 pairs of shoes just under the images that look highly similar. And your thought process, I am in agreement with, because I'm not sure. Again, I've been out the sneaker game for a minute. It's crazy. I got out the sneaker game when I can actually afford them now. I know my parents love that, but I haven't been. I don't really go anywhere and stuff like that. So I don't. I've been off the sneaker game for a minute. But me as a non-sneakerhead was able to be like, whoa, that looks, oh man, whoa, that looks that looks very similar. That looks extremely similar. So I think what you said about the personality of the shoe during our era of the 90s, they need to bring that back. I think Nike needs to be better than that. I agree with you. I don't know the behind the scenes. I'm assuming that Ja Morant had to sign off on it, or maybe not. I don't know. Maybe Ja Morant is or is not a sneakerhead, and maybe he never paid attention to Kyrie Irving shoes. But here's what I will say. There's too many people involved in this process for somebody to see and say, yeah, man, that's cool, but that looks just like the Kyrie Irvings that we put. There's somebody somewhere, because you're a sneakerhead. I am not. Ja Morant may not be. Hell, Kyrie Irving may not be. But Nike, y'all do this for a living. Y'all do sneakers for a living. You can't sit up here and tell me that somebody on that panel before this got released and say, hey, we're going to be in a daggone meeting and we're about to call this the new Ja Morant or whatever. And out of, I don't know, a 12-person panel, hell, maybe even a 10 or a 5 or an 8-person panel to be like, yeah, hold on, time out. While the shoe does look nice, let's see if we can kind of get something more distinct here. And per usual in big companies, stuff like common sense is typically missing. I share your anger. I think it's ridiculous.
Corey, furthermore, like, it's not a good look for Nike, and I don't think they even. I don't think that they know what the streets is what the streets is saying. You know what I mean? I think. Well, let me take that back. I don't think they know what the streets may be capable of saying, because I'm gonna tell you. Let me paint the picture for you, Nike. What it looks like. It looks like y'all just offloaded. And try to remix the Kyries that y'all had in the back of the building off to Ja Morant. That's what it looks like. Sorry.
Now that Kyrie is gone, let's go ahead. We already got his design made.
We got 50,000 of them in the back. Can we make them a little different? And again, I know these things are probably thought out months ahead of time. I don't know shit. Doubt. You know what I mean? But I'm telling you what it looks like, Nike. It's not good.
It doesn't look good at all.
That does not scream Ja Morant to me. That sneaker does not scream and I don't know him personally, so I don't know his personality. But from the outside looking in, that shoe screams Kyrie. Sorry.
It does. It really does. Yeah, I'm with you on that, man.
Corey, you know, we got to bring some bad news into the podcast, man.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Man, this, you know, but you know, Corey, you know, this is the Zone Sports Podcast, and you know, sometimes we gotta talk about some things we don't want to talk about sometimes,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? I know we can pick and choose what to talk about, and I come up with the topics to talk about and things of that nature. So anybody don't like any topic that we discuss, you can blame me. But I felt like this topic right here was relevant to talk about for a few reasons. Ladies and gentlemen, Dana White of the UFC was caught on camera, and TMZ reported it, of course. Footage of him and his wife getting into an altercation in what it looks like to be a nightclub. Well, I saw the footage. They both put their hands on each other. It's a bad look for Dana White, of course. It's a bad look for his family and things of that nature. I hate this. I hate this, Corey, because you know, Dana White has proven to be a stand-up guy pretty much. As far as what I can see of him, you know, media-wise and what he does for UFC.
Yeah.
But I wanted to talk about this basically because not even trying to be funny, but we got to be real on this podcast, Corey. Anytime one of us, meaning one of our black people, is caught up in something like this, they report it. They report it. You know what I mean? They reported on Ray Rice. They just reported on the boxer that got caught out in the open beating up his girlfriend.
Javante Tank Davis of Mayweather Promotions.
Yep. And again, you know, we will report on those people too. I'm not trying to say that y'all are wrong for reporting it, but we're gonna do our job too on, you know, when the roles are reversed. You know what I mean? That's it. That's why we're still following the linebacker from the Seahawks case.
Yep, Chad Wheeler.
Yep, we ain't let up on that. You know what I mean? We're just waiting for something to happen. You know what I mean? But nevertheless, you know, this is unfortunate for Dana White. They're saying that he's going to probably administer a punishment on himself because he's you know, he's the head of the UFC.
Yeah.
And he's been vocal about how distasteful it was for him. And he's, you know, said it was an isolated incident. His wife has spoken too and said it was an isolated incident, and this was out of both of their characters. You know what I mean? It's not my business. I don't know. I don't vouch for both of them. I don't know. I'm not in their business. I couldn't tell you. But I do just hate it for Dana White, man. Again, I hate it for both parties. I hate it when couple incidents have to spill over into the public. I just do, Corey. You know what I mean? I just do, man. Like, what are your thoughts about it, man?
My thoughts about it are as this. I think is bad on both ends. And let me be careful because this is one of those scenarios where certain things sounds better when a female says it than when a male says it. I want to be clear for that. Let me go ahead and preface this by saying, you know, he is 100,000, 10% incorrect for what he's doing, for what he did. And I know that, you know,
both parties.
And at least I don't know what happened before the video, even though the video does give some context, they don't give full context.
No.
So what I saw on ESPN last night was that she slapped him first, right? And this is where I'm gonna be extremely careful here because, you know, as a man, you know, short of her chasing you around the house with a chainsaw or trying to shoot at you or, you know, literally just trying to chop your feet off, man, you ain't supposed to put your hands on it. So let me be crystal clear with that. Now, I spoke with a woman about this scenario, and her statement, not mine, was that, well, she's wrong because she shouldn't have slapped him first. And my response to her was that it sounds a lot better when you say it than I say. Because see, sometimes you can still be right and still be wrong. So I'm not about
both
to
things
sit
can
up
be
here.
True. Yep.
That both things could be true. And I'm not about to sit up here and say, well, he had the right to slap her because he got slapped first. I ain't about to say it. And honestly, I don't feel that way. I don't. I don't. When Chris Rock in one of his stand-ups, he talk about the zones of a man, like, hey, you hear somebody want to fight you. What's the first thing? Like, you don't even know who it is, right? Just hypothetically. One of the first things you ask is like, oh, well, how big is he? How tall is he? How much he weigh? We're sizing them up because we're trying to get in that zone. Now, I'm 5'9", 190, right? So let's just say my wife comes home to me and she's like, yo, such and such been messing with me, yada, 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 yada. I'm like, oh, who? I'm running with the energy. But during that conversation, I'm going to be like, well, who, like, how tall is this guy? How big is this guy? Who is this guy? Well, he's like 6'7", 280 pounds. He has a muscular build. He's kind of tall like Suge Knight. Okay, don't get me wrong. I'm still going to deal with this cat, but it ain't going to be with the bare hands. I need an equalizer, a gun, stick, bat, something. That's where I'm going. Hey, you still can't run over, but you're sizing them up. In other words, right? And so Dana White to his wife is about twice her size. So even though he's wrong, he's still wronger, and it's wrong for that. Look, man, you got a daughter, you got daughters. I got a daughter, and I know in society, you see movies where the dude does something stupid, idiotic, or whatever, and a woman just comes up and just and the dude just take it, right? And I blame society for that, but at the same time, you still. Easier said than done, but you still got to hold your composure and be like, all right, look, I messed up. Yeah, I deserve that. Don't do it again, right? And real quick before we wrap is that, if they're like this out in public, how in the hell are they when they are at home?
Well,
alcohol, no alcohol. That's the concerning part for both parties involved.
Okay,
both, not just her.
Okay,
but for both parties involved.
That's fine.
I do listen. I know women. We grew up in the 252, dog. And I ain't gonna say no names, but I knew some women that I went to school with, especially during my Rochelle and Kiss the High years, as you did too, where it's like, nah, you don't need to mess with them, but boy, if they mess with you, they gonna have some manpower behind them. They're that dope. They're that legit, and they got that build. You know what I'm saying? This ain't just some regular chick. I'll leave it at that. You know what I'm saying? But I hope and pray for everyone involved. No one needs to get killed, and nobody needs to slap. Both of y'all, keep y'all hands to yourselves.
Please, please, please. Corey, you know what time it is, don't you?
I do know what time it is, man.
Let the people know what time it is, Corey.
It is time for my What the Hell segment here, man. And it is brought to you by me.
By who?
Solo. By myself. Big V gave me the vision to do this, but he said, you run with it, and I run. And who's running with me? Who is this co-sponsored by? My beautiful daughter downstairs taking her cat nap. Her name is also Corey. So Corey's just all over this right here. And this is I try to keep things on a comic type tip. This is a tough one, and I really debated about going back and forth whether this should really be part of the What the Hell segment or not, but I can't let it go.
Okay.
I can't let it go. The What the Hell first one of the new year of 2023 is brought to you by no one other than John Edward Bayless II. You may know him as Skip Bayless. He hosts a show with Shannon Sharp. Oh, Uncle Shay Shay. Big V.
Yep.
Let me get moving for time's sake here. Now, I remember Skip on Cold Pizza back in the day with ESPN. I remember him with Stephen A. Smith. And this is a guy who I know a lot of people don't like him. I actually do admire this guy.
Me too.
I think that he's a character. I do think that some of the things that he say that he either don't believe or he does it for shock value, and it worked because I watched the show. Yeah. I've been watching Skip since since First Take. And Stephen A. Smith, give this man his props. He is definitely one of the godfathers, if not pioneers, of the debate on your favorite sports channels or whatnot. So he'll always have that respect. But Skip Bayless, man, we was just talking about the unfortunate incident with Damar Hamlin, who I hear is doing better. They're lowering the oxygen, so he's getting less and less dependent on the oxygen. So that part is good. So this ain't anything I'm really going to joke about or laugh about.
Right.
But I will point out the stupidity of John Edward Bayless II. So Big V, I'm watching Undisputed. Shannon was not on air this past Monday.
Right.
And during his monologue, he wanted to come out and say why. Really not getting into any details, and I'm super paraphrasing.
Yeah.
But he was just basically like, hey, man, look, me as a football player, this kind of hit hard. This could have been anybody else. I got kids that's in sports, yada, yada, yada. And then he also went on to say, and, I didn't want to also come up here because I don't agree with Skip Bayless's tweet. He felt like it would have been more of a distraction because Shannon says, again, I'm paraphrasing, that it would have been more so about the tweet instead of focusing on Damar Hamlin holistically. Right. So you may say, hey, well, what did he say? What did he say? All right, cool. I'm glad you asked. Let me pull this up here. The first tweet. Not exactly sure what happened to Damar Hamlin. Players on both teams are shaken up, ambulance out in the field. CPR is administered. Can't remember play being stopped for this length of time. Just said a prayer for him and his family. Not a problem. Hey, cool, Skip. Hey, no problem. But then keep in mind what I just said. CPR. Cool. Next tweet. This is the one that not the next one, but this one here. I've seen so many horrific injuries suffered on the football fields, yet never have I seen a reaction like this. Every other situation I witnessed, covered the game. The game always went on quickly. The attitude was, hey, it's football. For these players, this is something different. Okay, got it. Let me hurry up. Here's the one. No doubt the NFL is considering postponing the rest of this game, but how? This late in the season, a game of this magnitude is crucial to the regular season outcome, which is suddenly so seem irrelevant. That's the problem right there. That is the problem right there. Now, on Skip, when he came out on Monday, he said the bosses came out and said, hey, man, you might need to clarify that tweet. And so he did. He came out and said, oh, nothing is more important than a young man's health. That was the point of my last tweet. I'm sorry if it's misunderstood, yada, yada, yada. So real quickly, Shannon has said that, hey, man, I need you to take, I would really hope you would take that tweet down. Skip says, no, I'm standing by. And Shannon kind of like, hey, you know what, Jen? Go ahead. Ain't got time for this right here. This is equivalent to somebody in your family passing, and you hear about their passing, and you know there's going to be a funeral, but you're asking about the food. Dang, I wonder what we're going to have at Aunt Rosie's funeral. The timing, it ain't the worst tweet in the world. It ain't the most insensitive tweet in the world, but it is the worst time tweet. Skip John Edward Bayless II, what the hell?